Tonight we report on more information in Tuesday's shooting in Ephrata, and Grant County Fire District 5 shows its support for a fellow firefighter battling cancer. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Big Ben drops a game on the diamond in Spokane, and 3 Moses Lake Chiefs are named to the AP All-State basketball team. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Well, here in the weather department, we are watching a cold front that'll be coming into the coastal sections tomorrow across our area to start the weekend, but the holiday weekend still doesn't look too bad. The tail's coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Surveillance video may be the key in finding out who shot 3 people Tuesday night outside an Ephrata gas station. The 3 men shot, including 2 18-year-old Royal City residents, are refusing to cooperate in the investigation. The men were shot in the parking lot of the Tiger Paws gas station on Basin Street Southwest. Witnesses told police the suspect was near the dumpsters on the east side of the building when he shot the victims at close range. According to Ephrata Police Chief Mike Warren, several shell casings were found near the dumpsters. The shooter fled with other people in a dark-colored Mazda. The 3 victims were treated for gunshot wounds at area hospitals. Anyone with information is asked to contact Ephrata Police at 509-754-2491 or by email at crimetips@ephrata.org. Moses Lake High School is currently working on plans to renovate the school's track and tennis court that may be done before the start of school in fall if funds are available. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Moses Lake High School has another problem besides figuring out where to put all its students. Its track and tennis courts are falling apart. Patches designed to fill in trouble spots on the track have eroded and cracks have formed throughout the running surface. The tennis courts are in as bad of shape with cracks across the playing surface, rendering one court unusable for the high school's team. Athletic Director Lauren Sandhop explained why full renovations are now essential.
Both the Moses Lake High School track and the Moses Lake High School tennis courts were done, I want to say mid-90s, let's say 95. So their lifespan typically is about 15 to 20 years. And so we're at that point right now where we're 20 years in, and so we've got some cracks in some asphalt, which ultimately affects the playing surface. So as you look at those facilities, you can see that the cushiony part of the track itself is getting compressed, and that's something that we need to address. That affects the kids' legs and shin splints and things like that. Community members come in and play tennis. Community members come in and use the track. Not to mention every one of our middle schools come and use our track for their meets. And so we really need to address that issue for multiple reasons. Not just for the athletic director part of me, where my teams are going out and playing on those facilities, but really our physical education classes and our community use those too.
Sandhop said the district is getting estimates for the renovations, but believes they could cost between $500,000 and $1 million. His hope is that if the district can find the money, the renovations would be done in time for the start of school in the fall. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
Moses Lake is borrowing $1 million from itself to pay its employees. The city transferred the money from its water and sewer construction fund to the general fund after learning the city wouldn't be able to pay its employees if it didn't. Finance Director Robert Taylor said the general fund budget includes the money for most of the city's departments, including police, fire, recreation, and community development. City Manager Joe Gavinsky previously said the city would need to borrow the money to cover a roughly $1 million budget deficit. The deficit came after a decision last year by the Grant County Board of Equalization to decrease the value of REC Silicon's property from $700 million to $250 million. The decision meant the city didn't receive about $1.3 million in taxes. City officials expect to pay the fund $250,000 back in 2016 and 2017 and pay the remaining $500,000 in 2018. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchagram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 indie.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hi everybody, meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News. Our weather, of course, brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And we are looking forward to a pretty nice holiday weekend. All your plans should be going off without any hitch, at least no complaints from Mother Nature, I don't think. Just a little chilly though, especially the morning hours. There's still some patchy frost around. Looking at a little stronger breeze behind a cold front that's coming across tomorrow night, Friday night. And then we're looking for a warm-up mid to late week next week. There are chances of showers, particularly the early portion of the work week, but generally nothing significant. I'll tell you why in just a second. The normal daytime high is 60. We hit 58, just a few degrees below normal. It was chilly this morning, but it's seasonal chill, which is in the mid-30s. And it looks like we'll see the same situation in Moses Lake. A little frosty start, though, 31 degrees below freezing, a few degrees below normal. And again, closing in on that normal high of 60 during the afternoon hours. Now, we have plenty of clear skies right now. We have a temperature of 57 degrees, southwest breeze of 9 miles an hour, but we are watching a frontal boundary that's going to be coming into the coastal sections during the day tomorrow. As it does so, some coastal rains and showers and some moderate downpours, and actually the snow level will be lowering a bit. You see a lot of white and pink there. Cascades looking at maybe a little minor travel issue Friday night, Saturday morning. But as that front moves on through, it dissipates as it crosses over the Rockies just a bit. But we're looking for a breeze to kick in with sunshine on Saturday, and on Easter Sunday, looking for clouds to increase. Notice out west we have a little upper storm system here. Most of the energy sliding south, but still we'll spill out a few sprinkles possibly to start the work week on Monday, Tuesday, but again, generally to the south. Our forecast for Friday, looking for showers generally west of the Cascades. Seattle, a shower threat with a temperature near 52 and actually maybe a moderate downpour. The inland northwest looking actually not too bad to start, but maybe by Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, there actually might be a little snow event up in the northeastern hills of the state. But here in the Columbia Basin, we're looking for a Friday with temperatures generally near seasonal levels. You can see upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Here we go now through the holiday weekend. Again, not too bad to end the work week, near 60, which is seasonal. A little cooler and breezy on Saturday. Easter Sunday, not too bad. A chilly start for the sunrise services. But you see, by the time we hit Monday, Tuesday, a few showers around. But by Wednesday, Thursday, not too bad, even up near 70. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Hi. Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
Spokane beat Big Bend 2-1 in the opening game of yesterday's doubleheader. The Vikings' Tristan Parton singled in the top of the first and came around to score on a wild pitch. A two-out double in the bottom of the second by Trevor Martin evened it at 1-1. Tyler Thorson's solo shot to lead off the home half of the fourth proved to be the decider in the one-run contest. Adam Paulson went the distance for the Bigfoot, giving up 1 run off 6 hits while punching out 8 Vikings. The loss dropped Big Bend to 1-4 in East Conference play. The second game of the Twin Bill was rained out. The 2015 Associated Press Washington All-State basketball team was announced Wednesday. 3 Moses Lake Chiefs made the cut. Junior center Cesar Sandoval was named to the 4A Honorable Mention squad. Voted honorable mention by the sports writers and editors for the 4A girls was the Chiefs backcourt of McKenna Walker and Jessie Lowetta. Well, after dropping its first 2 conference games to start the season, Ephrata has run off 3 straight, outscoring opponents 51-1. The team faces a tough task Saturday when they host a Twin Bill with defending state champ Ellensburg. One Tiger looking to have a solid outing against the Vikings is senior first baseman Josh Kallstrom. Reporter Sean Wells was able to catch up with Josh on the diamond.
Josh Kallstrom is a senior on the Ephrata baseball team. He plays first base and puts up big offensive numbers at the plate. After making the playoffs last year, Josh expects to make it back, but he knows it's tough competition in the CWAC.
As Sela is a really good team. Also Ellensburg have a great team. Last year we split with East Valley, so there'll be another tough competition.
Ephrata lost some valuable players from last year's playoff team, but Josh expects big things from this year's senior class.
Justin DeHogue definitely be one to keep an eye out. Myself, I'm also, been with the team for a few years now, and also John Schmidt. Didn't play the team last year, but he's done well so far.
Josh has decided to continue playing baseball next year at Big Bend Community College. He likes that it'll be close to home and has a good vibe with the Big Bend coaching staff.
A teammate of mine who's going there currently just asked me if I was interested in going there, so I contacted the coach, talked to him, and just seemed like a really good program, so decided to go there.
For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
Federal Way guard Vontae Daniels committed to Washington State on Wednesday afternoon, choosing the Cougars over St. Mary's. The 6'3" guard didn't have an offer on the table entering his senior season. Daniels quickly picked up interest after leading the Eagles to the 4A state title. He averaged 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game on the big stage at the Tacoma Dome. Daniels was also voted 4A Player of the Year. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about firefighters at Grant County Fire District 5 who found a way to show their support for a longtime volunteer battling cancer. Reporter Jeff Chu has that story.
More than 30 firefighters around Grant County Fire District 5 are showing their love and support for longtime District 5 firefighter and emergency medical technician Jim Thorne, who is battling cancer. District 5 Captain Mike Evans, who is close friends with Thorne, came up with the idea after Thorne lost his hair during chemotherapy.
It's one of the things where he's given so much to the community and to us, and so trying to come up with a way to show him that he's not alone in this. And Jim, of course, as everybody knows, going through chemo, you start to lose your hair, and so it was just one way of us to show him that he's not alone in this, and so we all decided to shave our heads. We sent a page out on our firefighter response system that we utilize, and so then an hour before drill, we just started having people showing up, and we actually had a couple clippers sitting out, a couple chairs, and people just started lining right up. It was pretty impressive, the support that everybody was showing.
To Evans, it was the right thing to do. He has known Thorne since 1996.
He's a very dedicated firefighter. He cares a lot about his community. He cares a lot about his brothers and sisters, meaning as in the fire service. He gives a lot back to the community. He works as an RN, and he gets a lot of time as a volunteer, as a captain volunteer. He helps me out quite a bit with the Explorer program, and so he does quite a bit for us.
April Grand George, Administrative Secretary and Firefighter EMT with the district, described Thorne as a selfless person who always looks out for others.
Jim is just an all-around great guy. There's nothing you can't ask him that he wouldn't do for you. I don't know how many times he's helped me out with the EMT class. He's helped me here at the station just to do whatever is needed. Jim has been recognized multiple times. He's gotten the Chiefs Award. He's got Firefighter of the Year. He also has received those like 3 times at least.
As a firefighter, Evans calls Thorne a brother.
That means that we are there for each other through the good and through the bad.
Evans described the extent of Thorne's dedication as a firefighter for District 5.
A week and a half after he had one of his surgeries related to this illness, he ended up responding to a fire, and it was amazing that here's a guy that is ill, but yet he is still showing his dedication.
Grand George said the fire district's support extends to Thorne's family as well.
His family has given so much of Jim and allowed us to have Jim as part of our lives that they deserve the support also.
Grand George said other fire services around Grant County have called to ask how they can help and support Thorne. They include Moses Lake and Ephrata Fire Departments and District 13. Grand George says she plans to shave her head again.
Our annual dinner's coming up, and there's a group of us that are wanting to reshave it again so that when he's here, he doesn't have to feel like he's the only one.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. A proposed Grant County program is aimed at steering children away from gangs. Grant Integrated Services is looking for money to start a new program called A New Road. The organization is in charge of Grant Mental Health, New Hope, the Prevention and Recovery Center, and Directions in Community Living. Leroy Allison, Grant Integrated Services Executive Director, said they began working on the proposal after Grant County Sheriff's Office officials approached them about developing a program to address gang problems. The program involves pairing a youth with a caseworker and giving the child access to support from Grant Integrated Services. Allison compared it to the Building the Bridges program in Yakima County. The agency is seeking 2 different federal grants for up to $500,000 to fund the program. The Grant County Commissioners recently gave their support to the agency. A group of landowners are continuing to fight for their plan for delivering surface water in the Odessa sub-area. The Columbia Snake River Irrigators Association recently sent a statement of no acceptance for the East Columbia Basin Irrigation District and U.S. Bureau of Reclamation's plan to pay for expanding the system with a bond. Both groups are trying to address issues with the declining Odessa sub-area aquifer. As a way to address the decline, state and federal agencies want to switch roughly 87,000 acres of farmland from using wells to irrigate their farmland to using surface waters. The association spent the past year arguing for a $40 million privately funded expansion of the system. Their plan is for the farmers receiving water from the project to pay their costs for constructing the infrastructure. The East Columbia Basin Irrigation District's plan is to expand the system using a bond. A swarm of children will pick up about 6,000 eggs in McCosh Park within minutes of noon on Saturday. The Moses Lake Lions Club returns with the annual citywide Easter egg hunt. Organizer Sue Hodges said families can have their picture taken with the Easter Bunny starting at 11 a.m. Children ages 3 through 10 are divided by age groups before they start collecting eggs at noon. A new group of children with disabilities was added this year. As some children pick up eggs, they will find some contain tickets that can be redeemed for prizes, such as bubble wands, frisbees, and Easter baskets. The Quincy Moose Lodge plans its annual Easter egg hunt at 10 a.m. on Saturday at East Park, which is south of State Route 28 at H Street Southeast. Children up to 4th grade can participate. And in George, on Saturday, the Georgettes will host an Easter egg hunt at 9 a.m. at George Community Park. A bake sale is taking place at the George Community Hall at 403 West Montmorency Boulevard. In Soap Lake, children can take part in 2 Easter egg hunts on Saturday. The first is when John's Foods grocery store puts on the Francis Asker Memorial Easter egg hunt at 7:30 a.m. The event is intended for children through 3rd grade. The second is at McKay Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. The event starts at 11 a.m. Saturday. McKay patients are filling several thousand eggs for the event at the nursing home located at 127 2nd Avenue. In Northwest news, Seattle's new minimum wage laws took effect on Monday, raising minimum wage to $11 an hour. The new law will eventually raise the city's minimum wage to $15 an hour by the year 2017. Como's Alyssa Jaffe has reactions from some workers who got a bump in pay.
It's April 1st, and when I clock in, I'll be getting $11.
No more $9.47 an hour. Fast food workers and others who marched, striked, and spoke out for higher pay are celebrating Seattle's new minimum wage.
When I go to work today, I will be making $11. I've had the same job for 6 years and have never gotten a raise.
Step 1 of the city law that will eventually raise minimum wage to $15 an hour means pay bumps to workers at big companies and national chains that have until 2017 to reach 15. Smaller businesses have 7 years to comply. Complying means menu prices will be 21% higher at Ivers in Wallingford. The restaurant is paying workers the full $15 an hour, but no longer encouraging tipping. The mayor said lawbreakers won't be fined yet.
Before we do enforcement, we really do have to do education, particularly with small minority-owned businesses, particularly where English is not the first language.
This is a huge victory
one sticking point. UW.
There were demonstrations, not celebrations, at the University of Washington. The UW increased pay for 70 employees who earned less than $11 an hour, but not the 2,600 student workers who make less.
You really have to live paycheck to paycheck and wonder from one month to the next if you'll make rent.
Protesters took their grievances all the way to the interim president, who's forming a task force to deliver answers in a few weeks.
It is our intent to follow the same timelines as the city to get to 15.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.